From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. We have a big weekend of weather ahead of us. So for today, it's going to continue to be smoky, in particular in the Walla Walla Valley. High temperature is going to be up around 100 degrees for lower elevations. We have a multifaceted fire risk as we head into this weekend. Okay, finally, this has come to fruition. We are seeing that unhealthy air quality for places like Walla Walla, Adena, Milton, Freewater. We're going to continue to keep very close tabs on that throughout this morning. But if you live in those regions, try to keep it indoors this morning if you can help it. Okay, the wind gusts out there, not a factor. They're not really going to be a factor for today. That is not going to be the case, though, as we head into this weekend. Temperatures a little bit warmer this morning, 50s, 60s, but pretty close to 70 degrees in Walla Walla, 59 for the Tri-Cities, 63 in Yakima. A little bit later today, up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities. That's going to be in spite of clouds building in. So at least it's not like 100 in the sunshine, right? Also some low-end chances of showers in the valleys. Also some updates on the fires. We had big updates yesterday to the Three Queens fire. All that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This morning, the Washington Supreme Court has unanimously ruled that a recall petition filed against 3 Port of Benton commissioners is allowed to now go forward. And in Pasco, parking on one street is now not allowed. What you need to know before you plan your weekend errands. Plus, dangerous material is leaving Hanford's vulnerable tanks, why the transfer is crucial for environmental protection.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis, and before we get into it, we're going to check back in with Josh now with the latest updates on the fires throughout our region. Josh?
Thank you, Zoe. We're going to start off with the Three Queens fire, which did not grow a lot yesterday in terms of acreage, but we did see an expanded evacuation. So this one is still burning on the northern and the eastern flank of the fire, only 2% containment, and it's this eastern side. You see, we have a new level 1 Be Ready evacuation area on the eastern side of this. So this extends now closer and a little bit to the east of Cle Elum Lake. You can find these precise areas and evacuation zones posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, we'll take you over to the Blues, where we actually had finally an evacuation reduction for the Hagen fire. So this one is still, it's inching closer and closer to 60,000, 19% containment. Still pretty active on the southeastern, the northeastern flank of the fire, and now it looks like the western side starting to flare up again a little bit. But in spite of all that, the northern side of the fire, we did see some evacuation reduction. So you can see those precise zones also by going online, applevalleyNewsNow.com. And remember, Oregon Highway 204 still open. Finally, the Paradise Fire. This one is burning primarily now in Umatilla and Wallowa counties. So this one has, this fire has been a little bit shifty. First it was the northwestern side that was active, then the southwestern. Now it's just kind of the entire southern flank. It's 6,700 acres, no containment, and still those evacuations from Columbia County all the way through Walla Walla County into far northeastern Umatilla County. And again, you can find these precise areas and so much more information about all these fires posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Turning over into Richland, the City Council unanimously approved another 6-month moratorium on applications and approvals for less restrictive alternative or LRA housing. These facilities can provide housing for sexually violent predators following incarceration. The city first put the moratorium in place in March, saying its existing land use rules did not have specific enough standards addressing issues including public safety, security, and compatibility. Richland is now working with Pasco, Kennewick, and West Richland on a regional approach, while also looking at possible changes at the state level. The City of Pasco approved new water efficiency goals as it looks at how it uses and conserves its water supply. During a recent City Council meeting, council members approved updated water use efficiency goals, which are required for municipal water supplies under state law. One goal is to reduce the average daily demand per equivalent residential unit from 330 gallons to 300 gallons. Another goal is to keep water lost through the city's distribution system at 10% or less each year. City staff stressed that these are goals for Pasco as a water provider and are not individual water limits or regulations for any families or businesses.
This is a state mandate, but at the same time, the city council acknowledged that we have to start conserving water and finding better ways to be good stewards of our water consumption.
Pasco will report its water use efficiency performance to the Washington State Department of Health each year, with the city set to update these goals as part of its water system plan every 10 years. Over into downtown Pasco, parking on one street is now not allowed. The council approved a resolution that would prohibit vehicles from parking on North 27th Avenue and West Sylvester Street. City Council member Leo Perales says this specific roadway is more narrow compared to other streets in the city, and this action helps provide a safer roadway.
We heard complaints from these business owners about them leaving in their trucks and not being able to see left or right because this street was just packed with cars parked. I mean, for days on end. I mean, I don't know where some of these individuals are working or walking to, but I mean, there was pictures of cars and vehicles just left here, and so that's just unsafe. When you want to turn left or right out of a commercial spot, you got to be able to kind of leave there safely, and so it's all about safety.
Perales says they are currently working on educating the public about this new parking ban with their code enforcement team. Over into your environment this morning, Hanford is one tank closer to getting rid of some of its most dangerous Cold War leftovers. As Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen reports, crews just removed radioactive waste from a 24th single shell tank. But the bigger challenge is picking up the pace before aging tanks become an even greater risk.
For decades, this waste has sat underground in tanks that were never designed to hold it forever. Now, Hanford is moving it out one tank at a time. Tank A106 once held about 80,000 gallons of radioactive and chemical waste. In less than 7 months, crews moved about 79,000 gallons into a newer double shell tank designed with an extra layer of protection.
It's huge because these tanks, they're built in the 40s. And their design life was 20 years. So the sooner we can get that material out of the tank, it's less risk for the environment.
The progress comes years after preparation, including cutting into A106's massive concrete dome and installing new equipment to reach the waste. Now, about 3.5 million gallons have been transferred from 24 single shell tanks into double shell tanks for safer storage. But there's a catch. Space in the double shell tanks is limited.
If we're encroaching upon those limits where we don't have any more space, then retrieval has to shut down. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
That's why the next step matters. Crews are preparing to tackle A103, with retrieval scheduled for October and potentially September if preparations stay ahead of schedule. And the goal is getting much faster.
We're a sixth of the way done with the tanks that we need to retrieve. Now we're ready to go forward and start making more progress.
The long-term goal is to move waste out of aging shell tanks, safely store it, and eventually turn it into a stable form through treatment, reducing the risk for generations to come. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Hanford's single shell tanks were never meant to store waste for decades. This cleanup will continue for years as crews work through the remaining tanks. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, several states will have a lot of cleanup work to do this weekend as severe weather struck the mid-Atlantic region on Thursday. Your time right now is 5:09, taking a live look out into Yakima this morning. When we return, everything you need to know for your Friday and going into this weekend, your weather forecast zone by zone coming up after this.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty bowl on the ground that should have food in it. And it's very clear from the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
What's more fun than the fair? Apple Valley News Now is giving away 10 pairs of tickets to the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days. Plus 10 additional winners will also receive tickets to the fair and PRCA Rodeo. And 2 lucky winners will get concert tickets to see Cheap Trick. Enter today to win at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
It all started with this sudden arrival of a baby.
I'm getting chills. How can a child be missing for 40 years?
The woman behind the headline, Baby Holly. Great to finally meet you.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. High temperature is going to be around the century mark for today across many locations and lower elevations, including in the Yakima Valley. So for today, we're going to be in the mid-90s by lunchtime, and then those upper 90s to even some low triple digits for the hottest part of the day. Now, officially, I'm going with 97 in Yakima, but 101 for the Tri-Cities, 101 for Walla Walla, a couple 102s for the Hanford site and for Connell. Up in the mountains, we'll be in the 80s and 90s. So this is about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, but a big drop off in temperatures from Friday to Sunday by about 10 to 15 degrees. And then it looks like things will kind of go up and down after that as well, but more steady temperatures, at least I should say more normal temperatures for Sunday through Thursday. But that drop off in temperature is going to come with the cold front. That's going to pick up our wind gusts. That's going to pick up our fire concerns as well. But it will, I think, throw us an assist when it comes to the air quality. All of that smoke is just trapped in the Walla Walla Valley, at least for now. But with the winds picking up as we head into Saturday, it does look as if a lot of that's going to clear out. Now, of course, this map could always change if we do see additional fires popping up across the map, which is looking pretty likely for a multitude of reasons. But in the meantime, here's what to do during stretches of poor air quality. Stay indoors, wear protective masks, use clean air filters, watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. As always, you can find this list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. And we'll have a lot more to say about the fire concerns for this weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Over into some national weather here. Some severe weather struck the mid-Atlantic region on Thursday with heavy downpours and heavy gusts of wind and some flash flooding. John Lawrence reports.
A dangerous drive in Dover, Delaware as a tornado tears the roof off a motel.
I heard the train sound. My dad always told me that when you hear a train sound, that's a tornado. And I just bolted into my bathroom.
Significant damage was seen in other parts of the city, with Dover authorities telling residents to not travel unless absolutely necessary.
There was a dumpster outside the house, so all we saw was like it flying around. Like, it was actually crazy.
A twister was also spotted in Columbia, Pennsylvania Thursday, and a state of emergency was later declared. This comes after a line of storms dropped heavy rain across the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, including New York City, where rainfall poured through its subway systems.
Now, we have had portions of about 2 to 4 inches already fall across Indiana and Ohio. That may not sound like much, but remember, these are the same areas that had a foot of rain last week. So adding even 2 to 4 inches is just going to increase a lot of those creeks, rivers, and streams to swell up again like they did last week.
More than 29 million people along the I-95 corridor have been under flood watches from southwest Connecticut to tornado-struck Delaware.
It looked like the Twilight Zone out there. It looked crazy. There was a lot of trees down and a lot of branches down.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
At least one weather-related fatality has been confirmed. A man died after being struck by lightning on a beach in Cape Charles, Virginia. This is according to the town manager. Later up on Good Morning Northwest, as back-to-school season starts up, we go into the importance of school bus safety for students, parents, and residents who live or drive by bus stops to ensure the community stays safe and follows road protocols. Coming up soon.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative materials developed for astronauts, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
which means less tossing and turning, so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic.
And right now, save up to $1,400 on select Split King sleep systems.
Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1. Confidence in every move.
Only a few more weeks are left in the Dust Devils' 25th anniversary season, and we want you to be a part of them.
There are post-game fireworks Friday, August 21st, thanks to Columbia Basin Hearing Center. Saturday, August 22nd, will be the final Rooster Tails game of the year. Faith Night, thanks to Chick-fil-A, and a baseball card giveaway, thanks to Good Shepherd Health Systems. Sunday is Glow Night, presented by Let's Glow Mini Golf. Family Feast Night, thanks to Genuine Homes, and our final Viñedos game.
Come be a part of our best season yet. Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, the Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be an alert day for Saturday and Sunday, as we'll have a multifaceted risk for fires to start and spread quickly. We could see lightning fires. We could see human-caused fires as well. Okay, so the vegetation dryness for both days is going to be level 4 out of 5, critically dry across much of the viewing area, if not most. And we have the storm system that's approaching. It's still taking its sweet time, but it's going to speed up here pretty soon. And it's also going to combine with some monsoonal moisture that's coming in from from the south. So a couple different moving parts with this whole ordeal. Now look, I'm going to show you Futurecast. Keep in mind that this is one model run of one model, and models are having a very hard time resolving this whole thing. So we'll put this into motion by lunchtime. A few showers on the map. Looks like that's picking up a little bit more by this evening, but I think Futurecast is being very bullish with some of the rain chances for this evening. But as we head into tomorrow morning, I think this is going to be the main thing we'll be focused on. Some of these convective thunderstorm chances, especially for the Cascades, but it's kind of sleeping on some of the thunderstorm chances as we head into the afternoon and evening. So really all over the place with what this run of Futurecast is saying. Here's more so a model consensus look at what some of the lightning chances we're thinking for during the day on Saturday. Hitting that key threshold of 20% in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades of the upper Yakima Basin. They've gone down just a hair for the Blues and also for the lower Columbia Basin and for the Yakima Valley. Now, any lightning fires that do pop up would have the tendency to be spread around very quickly on Saturday with those peak gusts across the map, at least for lower elevations between 20 to 40 miles per hour. Also, human-caused fires could spread pretty quickly as well. We added on Sunday just because it's still going to be, gusts up around 35 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, breezy for a lot of the rest of us too. But just know that Saturday is definitely going to be the most dangerous of the 2 days. Here's how to prevent wildfires. Don't burn yard waste, toss cigarettes, drag trailer chains, park on dry grass, or shoot off fireworks. All very important for this weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday. Then the winds bringing up fire concerns Saturday. In Yakima, a couple of 97s for, 97 degrees for today, and then a slight chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow. Also a little chance of some showers for today as well. In the Kittitas Valley, a couple windy days for Saturday and Sunday. But again, if we're splitting hairs, Saturday going to be the windier of the 2 days. And then for Hermiston, looking at alert days over the weekend as well. But look at the drop off in temperatures. 98 on Friday, 86 on Sunday. Finally, for Walla Walla, looking at smoky skies again for today. The winds, good news, bad news with the winds. The good news, it's going to clear out the smoke, but bad news, could start more fires.
Check out that temperature for Walla Walla, 101 today, and then drop into, what was that, 85, 86 on Sunday?
84 on Sunday. It's 17-degree drop-off.
That is kind of crazy. All right, well, another alert weekend ahead of us.
Another one.
Another one. All right. Well, coming up next, if you've always wanted to buy and sell a horse in the medieval times, there might just be a game for you. We've got that and more in your entertainment headlines coming up next.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. and enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
Welcome back. For gamers stuck in a rut, there are some new interesting games that are out.
Yeah, there's a game where you sell horses in medieval times.
Intriguing. Rick Jamagella reports for your entertainment headlines.
Medieval Horse Dealer Simulator, yes, that is the title, is exactly as the name implies. Players take on the role of ye old horse trader, along with its accompanying activities. Medieval equine enthusiasts can saddle up on PC via the Steam game service. The runner-up for this week's most fun game title to say out loud is Potato Simulato Together. Gamers control a potato through obstacles and preventing their spuds from being rendered into potato pieces. The plucky potato platformer is playable on PC. Mangia Mangia! Italian pizza simulator, you guessed it, casts players in the role of a pizzaiolo. Pizza making is only part of the PC game as players rebuild an alfresco pizzeria in the Tuscan countryside. Leveling up and now craving a slice in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
I don't know if you've ever played Roblox, but those all kind of just seem like games you would play on Roblox,
Yeah.
you know?
Tag yourself. Which one did you think you were?
You know, I think potato one. That
Potato?
one's, yeah. I like those little simulator games where it's like obstacle courses.
I was kind of vibing with the horse one.
The horse one?
Yeah.
You're gonna feed
It was
your horses?
Yeah, it was speaking
It
to
was
me. I
speaking
want
to
to
you?
clean up their slop. Yeah.
All right, well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, as we head back to school, Kennewick is expecting an influx of kindergartners. Plus, a Yakima mom is looking to make a park accessible for all kids. But before we get into that, here's your morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple Music is reportedly preparing to launch new labels for songs made with the help of AI. The company says more than a third of its new uploads every month are AI-generated songs, and soon listeners will see which ones. Thousands of robo-taxis could soon be cruising the streets of Nevada. State officials approved permits for Tesla, Uber, and Waymo, giving all three companies the green light to operate robo-taxis in the county where Las Vegas is located. It's not clear how many cars they'll actually deploy. And finally, the TV series based on the God of War video games has a new star. Actor Dave Bautista is replacing Ryan Hurst, who suffered an onset injury in June. God of War is based on the hugely popular PlayStation Mythology series. Production resumes in the fall. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
The place you call home is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. Home is where you make all your best memories. Backyard campouts, early morning coffees. Oh, left. Well, it's your yard now. Because it's not just the home we protect, it's all the memories you make there. Nice work, you two. Come on, buddy. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
Save up to 70% on select styles of beautiful new carpet or flooring. Plus, we'll beat any competitor's offer, guaranteed. Visit EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Empire.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damp. Oh, damp.
Hey, language.
Damprid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damprid.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas. Happy Friday. As we're going into this weekend, we actually have another alert day added. So we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Corbett. Tell us more about that, Josh.
Yeah, we do. It seems like it always falls on a weekend, and so we've actually lumped Sunday into the mix as well because it will be just gusty enough. But for Friday, smoky in the Walla Walla Valley. Those winds going to throw an assist to the air quality there by tomorrow. And then high temperatures are going to be up around 100 for today for a lot of lower elevation locations. Okay, we were kind of expecting this. It didn't really come to fruition yesterday morning in the early morning, but throughout the day, and then of course into this morning, unhealthy air quality in the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla and Umatilla counties. So if you can help it, try to limit your outdoor exposure this morning. If you do have to venture outside, I would highly recommend that N95 or KN95 mask. Wind gusts not going to be a factor for today, but they certainly will be as we head into this weekend. Temperatures out there, we're seeing 50s, 60s, and 70s. 69 for Walla Walla, 70 up towards Blewett Pass, 57 degrees for Sunnyside, 59 for the Tri-Cities. In the Yakima Valley, I'm thinking our ceiling today is going to be 97 degrees, so between 95 to 101 for lower elevations. That's a pretty good bet, and there will be some low-end chances for showers today in the Yakima Valley. Okay, let's step you through the fires that are burning on the map. We start off with the 3 Queens fire burning in Kittitas County. This one is 3,800 acres, only 2% contained. It's the eastern and the northern flank of the fire that continues to be active. So much so that we actually saw expanded evacuations yesterday on the eastern side of this boundary. Just level 1 be ready evacuations, but still between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. Those are the problematic areas. You can find all these areas posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We take you over to the Hagen fire, where we had a very good update yesterday. We've had a couple days in a row of good updates. First, Oregon 204 reopened, and now some reductions to evacuations. Now, this is still a very active fire. It's starting to flare up again on the western flank. It's still very active on the southeastern and the northeastern side of the fire. It's inching closer and closer to 60,000 acres. Pretty close to 20% containment, but on the northern side of this boundary, we did see some reductions in evacuation levels, so that is a very good sign, at least for that part of the fire perimeter. Okay, then finally the Paradise fire, which is also burning in the Blues. This one's 6,700 acres in the Mill Creek watershed, and at this point, it's now the southern side of the fire that's causing all the headaches. And that would be in Umatilla and Wallowa counties. And still those evacuations running from Columbia County, cutting through southeastern Walla Walla County into far northeastern Umatilla County. With all of these fires, you can find so much more information posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Thank you, Josh. Into our education alert this morning, the Kennewick School District is seeing some encouraging kindergarten numbers. This is during a recent school board meeting where district officials said 1,018 kindergarten students are already enrolled, with another 142 currently in the queue as families finish requirements like immunization records or proof of residency. Add those together and the district is looking at 1,160 students, 10 more than the 1,150 it budgeted for. That's also getting close to the 1,193 kindergarten students the district had from last year. And with some families typically waiting until school starts to register their kids, officials say those numbers can continue to tick up.
Last year we had 1,193, just to kind of give you some reference. And usually once parents see a school bus go by, they're like, oh yeah. And so we'll get a lot of people that come in first or second day. So it's great news.
The district says a recent social media push also appears to have helped, with kindergarten numbers increasing by about 150 as Kennewick families prepare to head back to the classroom. And to stay on the topic of school starting, the yellow buses are back on our roads, and for many of us, that means navigating a new set of rules during the morning commute. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia breaks down the school bus safety laws that you need to know.
As students head back to the classroom, our roadways are changing. School buses are back in service, and with them comes critical reminders for every driver, knowing exactly when to stop. In a 2-lane road, let's say for example northbound and southbound lanes with a skip line, if there's a bus in the opposite direction that's stopped and it's unloading or loading kids and the red lights and stop paddle are activated, you must stop, minimum 20 feet away from the bus. While the law requires a 20-foot gap, Trooper Mosqueda suggests giving yourself even more room.
If you can do 40 or 50, that's even better. It's very important to recognize that these paddles are the way that the bus driver is telling drivers around the school bus to stop if it is required. There's also usually a red light that's activated, as well as sometimes a barrier in front of the school bus for the kids to walk around.
But what about busier roads? If you're driving on a 3-lane road with a turn lane or a concrete barrier in the middle, the rules change. In those specific scenarios, you're not required to stop. These are rules designed to protect our most vulnerable population. And if you think you can slip by unnoticed, think again.
Our students are the most vulnerable population that we have, and we want to keep them safe. So most school buses have cameras on the inside, on the outside, in the front, and in the back, and as well as our school bus drivers being trained on how to properly identify not only drivers, but the vehicle license plate. So we can run a license plate with Department of Licensing and get the address and who the registered owner is for us to do follow-up work with that.
A violation of that stop paddle carries a heavy price tag. Fines start at $500. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Monique Garcia.
Washington State Patrol warns that passing a school bus when you are required to stop and hitting a child can lead to reckless endangerment charges, including potential felony counts. Turning now over into Yakima, where a mom is aiming to make Kissel Park accessible for all kids through a GoFundMe. Cassie Orovets is working with Rotaract to make Kissel Park accessible to those with disabilities. She says the playground does not have an easily traversable area that is ADA compliant, with structures that are low to the ground to allow those in wheelchairs to share the same playground experience.
Because of the budget cuts that happened, they're really not able to improve any of our town's parks. So it's really on me to try and make this park accessible for kids and who are younger or who have disabilities.
Orovets will be hosting a community event at Kissel from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. August 22nd, which will feature vendors and games for the family and kiddos to help raise money. The goal is to raise $60,000. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, looking to disconnect. A woman in Pasco that is running an offline puzzle and board game exchange. And your time right now is 5:37. Taking a live look out into Pasco. Looks like we could be hitting some triple digits as we go into this Friday. Find out exactly what to expect in your area when we return.
It all started with this sudden arrival of a baby.
I'm getting chills. How can a child be missing for 40 years?
The woman behind the headline, Baby Holly. Great to finally meet you.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's national sales event, summer plays on. Whether you're teaching the art of tailgating, showing up for the home team, or finding the ultimate skybox, with a new Toyota, you can keep summer playing anywhere.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, lease a new Tacoma for $309 a month, or lease a new Tacoma iForce Max Hybrid for $419 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Craving something better than ordinary? Welcome to Angel's Family Restaurant, just off Road 68 in Pasco. We're serving up fresh, chef-inspired favorites every day. From breakfast classics all day long to hearty American comfort food the whole family will love. And for dinner, don't miss our fresh-cut 12-ounce steaks, grilled just the way you like them. Angel's Family Restaurant. Whenever hunger calls, come hungry and leave happy.
Now, at McDonald's, the under $3 menu gives people what matters most. More options.
And when the option is a McChicken for just $2, it feels absolutely necessary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Choosing a pediatrician is one of the most important healthcare decisions you'll make for your child. This person will be your partner in your child's health and development. Take time to meet with candidates, ask tough questions, and select someone you trust.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
It all started with this sudden arrival of a baby.
I'm getting chills. How can a child be missing for 40 years?
The woman behind the headline, Baby Holly. Great to finally meet you.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. High temperatures going to find themselves around that century mark as we head into, well, a little bit later today. So for the Tri-Cities, I'm thinking like low 90s as soon as lunchtime, then up around 100 degrees for the hottest part of the day. Thankfully, this is going to be 100 in the clouds as opposed to 100 in the sun. And yes, that does make a big difference. Okay, so for today, I'm thinking 101 officially for the Tri-Cities, 101 for Walla Walla, a couple of 102s, the Hanford site, Connell, the 90s, mid to upper 90s for the Kittitas and the Yakima Valleys, and then I'm thinking probably mid 90s for the Morrow County and the Umatilla County foothills, and then 80s and 90s up in the mountains. High temperature is going to drop by 15 degrees from Friday to Sunday. So can you tell there's going to be a cold front? That's going to pick up our wind gusts. That's going to do a couple different things to our weather, actually. But then it looks like things are going to go up and then back down from Sunday through Thursday, but in general for Sunday through Thursday, pretty normal high temperatures for this time of the year. Okay, let's talk about the smoke in the Walla Walla Valley as it has settled into the valley, and I'm thinking it's not going to clear out until we get those winds picking up for tomorrow. So we put this into motion with Futurecast surface smoke. See, the bulk of the thickest smoke kind of on the periphery of our viewing area, so the air quality for the rest of us, it's going to be decent. It's not going to be perfect, but with those winds picking up on Saturday, I am thinking that should temporarily help out our air quality. But if we see additional fires popping up across the map, of course, that could change the whole situation. And the chances for fires popping up this weekend looking pretty good. So we'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into local living here, a woman in Pasco is turning her love of puzzles into a way to bring her community together, creating something for everyone. Here's what I learned about her story.
And this is kind of the main, whoa. My name is Jan Hood, and I moved to the Tri-Cities to be a caregiver for my mom.
A few weeks ago in Pasco, Jan Hood created a free puzzle exchange library she calls Puzzling in the Hood.
Because my last name is Hood and I thought it was really cute.
Building puzzles was a bonding activity between Hood and her mom. After she passed, Hood realized she can still share their love for the activity with the community.
Once she passed, I kind of got inspired to get back into it, and I can't do anything halfway, so I jumped into it.
Hood wanted to make a puzzle exchange spot that was easy and accessible to anyone at any time. The reaction from the community has turned into something she never would have imagined.
I've loved it. I have a little suggestion box in here, and every once in a while somebody will write, "Oh, this is so awesome, I just love this." I put out a call to see if anybody had any just laying around, and I got quite a few puzzles donated that way. This black box here was donated by the West Richland Puzzle Bus. That allowed me to expand into games. One gentleman who donated money to help fund. It's been really great to see the generous donations that people have made.
Not only is there puzzles for all ages, Hood has incorporated games as well. From her own collection and donations from the community, Hood has more than enough to offer.
Do you hope the community just takes away seeing you do something like this? One person can, create a little hub of activity and provide a service that seems to be people are really liking it. Yeah.
Hoping to continue puzzling in the Hood for as long as time will allow her. For Apple Valley News Now in Pasco, I'm Zoe Salas. I was able to take a puzzle home myself, and Hood's library is located at 3902 Montgomery Lane in Pasco, and she says anyone is welcome to stop by at any time. Turning now over into some sports news this morning, two siblings from Pasco received gold and bronze medals competing in jiu-jitsu at the Youth World Championships. 13-year-old Chloe and 14-year-old Lincoln Cooper competed in Austin, Texas against the best youth grapplers in the world. Lincoln finished third place in his age and weight class, and his sister Chloe won the Youth World Championship.
After the match, I was over the moon. Like, it was just really cool to be able to experience that. And then the belt, it's crazy, like holding a belt, and it says you're the Youth World Champion.
Like 2 years ago, right after Worlds, I was like, man, I want to qualify next year. So, actually doing that goal and then placing too is just it's a huge thing for me.
The talented siblings train at Siri Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Pasco and are coached by their father. Lots of great things happening in Pasco. Love hearing that. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, when we come back, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before heading out the door for this Friday, as well as your full weather forecast going into this alert weekend. We have a new alert day on our forecast, so find out more when we return.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, save on premium full-sized RVs from $19,900. Sleep safe, full bathroom, bunks for kids. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Feeling dizzy, off balance, or worried about falling? You don't have to just live with it. At the Pacific Campus, Alex Trowbridge DPT is accepting new patients and specializes in vestibular therapy, treating vertigo, dizziness, and balance issues. And here's something many patients don't realize. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose the PC. We also treat gait and balance, pain management, and even pool therapy. Ask your doctor to refer you to physical therapy at the PC with Alex Trowbridge DPT.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, shop thousands of used RVs starting under $10,000. Plus, we pay top dollar for trades. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have alert days as we head into this weekend because of fire concerns. It's going to be a multifaceted risk. So first, the vegetation dryness is going to be level 4 out of 5 on our scale. That means it's going to be critically dry for, in essence, all of our viewing area, except for the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. But we have a couple different moving parts here, okay? We have the storm system that's off in the Pacific right now. It's going to speed up. And then that's also going to combine with some of this monsoonal moisture that's coming in from the south. So a couple different things to track. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you Futurecast. Keep in mind, this is one model run of one model, and all the models are having a very difficult time resolving today and tomorrow, at least when it comes to rain and thunderstorm chances. So this is 5 p.m. How much stock should you put into this? Maybe some, but some rain chances for lower elevations becoming a little bit more widespread as we head into the overnight hours. So Futurecast very bullish on this, not as bullish as I am, but I'm a lot more bullish on the thunderstorm chances for tomorrow, and this run of Futurecast kind of, scoffing at that a little bit. So I'll show you model consensus lightning chances here in just a second, but just know that for Friday evening into Saturday, could see some showers, could see some thunderstorms. You could track it all yourself by downloading our weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, model consensus lightning chances through the day on Saturday into Saturday evening. You see, it's going to be the valleys, the Cascades, the Bluefoot Hills, and the Blues. That's where we have the best chances of lightning, but hitting that key 20% threshold in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades of the upper Yakima Basin. So that's where lightning fires are going to be the most likely. And any lightning fires that do pop up would have the tendency to spread very quickly, as those peak gusts across the map are going to be anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour for lower elevations. Not as gusty for Sunday, but still gusty enough for us to just go ahead and lump this in with the alert days. So to sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon, oralert.gov. For Washington County's mil.wa.gov/alerts #local. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday, then the winds bringing up fire concerns Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, mid-90s over the next couple days, along with some slight chances for showers and thunderstorms. In Ellensburg, windy this weekend, but especially on Saturday, with chances of lightning on top of that. And then for Hermiston, highs close to triple digits on Friday, then about 10 to 15 degrees cooler by Sunday. Finally, for Walla Walla, smoky again today from the Paradise Fire. Highs around 100, then fire concerns picking up into the weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Getting right into it here, a recall effort targeting 3 Port of Benton commissioners. This just cleared its final court hurdle as the Washington Supreme Court said the allegations, if proven, would support recall. The petition claims that commissioners retaliated against former executive director Diane Howard. This is after she found evidence Keller may have violated port policy and state law. The Richland City Council unanimously approved another 6-month moratorium on applications and approvals for less restrictive alternative or LRA housing. These facilities can provide housing for sexually violent predators following incarceration. Richland plans to continue working with neighboring cities to develop permanent regulations and eventually bring those before the Planning Commission and City Council. Council members in Pasco approved some updated water use efficiency goals. One goal is to reduce the average daily demand per equivalent residential unit from 330 gallons to 300 gallons. City staff stressed that these are goals for Pasco as a water provider and not individual water limits or regulations for families or businesses. Hanford is one step closer to safely storing some of its most dangerous Cold War leftovers. Crews now emptied a 24th single shell tank holding radioactive and chemical material. Tank A106 contained about 80,000 gallons. In less than 7 months, workers transferred nearly 79,000 gallons into a newer double shell tank with extra protection. In Pasco, parking on one street is now not allowed. The council approved a resolution that would prohibit vehicles from parking on North 27th Avenue and West Sylvester Street. Council members are currently working on educating the public about this new parking ban with their code enforcement team. National headlines this morning. The EPA says it's issuing an emergency fuel waiver in an effort officials hope will lower gas prices. Starting September 1st, the EPA will end summer blend requirements early. This will allow 10% ethanol gasoline to be sold at higher vapor pressure, boosting the nation's fuel supply. This comes, reports say that the national average for a gallon of regular gas is now $4.10. Business-related news this morning. Starbucks filed a notice Thursday that it plans to lay off more than 200 workers. The group reportedly includes those employees who declined offers to keep their jobs by moving to Nashville, Tennessee. Starbucks said the layoffs are not part of a new restructuring, but instead the conclusion of a previously announced reorganization. Most of these announced layoffs are expected to impact the coffee house and design teams. A few large universities will start accepting tuition payments via PayPal and Venmo. PayPal says the payments will include their standard security protections, encryption, and fraud monitoring, but some financial experts caution that they aren't the same protections offered by banks, and the schools can add fees. Health-related headlines this morning. The U.S. FDA has recalled nearly 40,000 bottles of Clear Eyes sold nationwide over contamination concerns. Prestige Consumer Healthcare says the recall involves Clear Eyes Maximum Itchy Eye Relief due to a lack of assurance of sterility. The recall applies to the 15-milliliter bottle with an expiration date of September 30th, 2027. Customers are urged not to use the eye drops and return them to the store for a refund. CDC data shows positive COVID cases are rising steadily since March. Flu and RSV activity remain low, and COVID hospitalizations and death are also low. Experts predict cases will keep climbing as summer travel continues and schools reopen, and immunity health experts recommend testing if you develop symptoms and staying home while you're sick.
For your trending stories, another horse story. There's a man, his horse, and his wagon.
That's right. And for the last 20 years, Lee, the horse logger, and his horse Jesse have trekked around the United States.
The Montana man started his journey in August 2006. He's visited 26 states, traveling 10 to 12 miles a day.
Ooh, and for those who wonder how he is affording this, Logger says he gets by on monetary donations and by doing odd jobs. Well, what a life to live there. From 2006, that's 20 years now he's been doing that.
Oh, that was 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Oh, my goodness. And, you know, I think the horse has to feel some kind of way about his nickname being the horse. Like,
yeah.
Come on, guys, I'm literally the horse.
The horse.
The horse.
All right, well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, parking is changing in Pasco around Sylvester Street. Plus, dangerous material is leaving Hanford's vulnerable tanks. Plus, going into this weekend, what are we looking at, Josh?
A set of alert days again. So I'll tell you why that's the case, step you through the active fires burning on the map. All that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.